Hello, I'm Bennett Goldberg, Director of Research in Higher Education, Training and Evaluation, and a Professor of Physics and Astronomy at Northwestern University.
Hi, I'm Denise Strain, Senior Associate Director for Research and Evaluation in the Office for Research in Higher Education, Training and Evaluation, and the Searle Centre for Advancing Learning and Teaching.
We are here today to talk to you about logic models. A logic model is a high-level view of the logic of your program or set of activities. It displays the logical connections between the resources available for your program and its goals, activities, and outcomes. It tells you where you are going and how you are planning to get there. Or as Yogi Berra once said, if you don't know where you're going, how are you going to know when you get there? Your program likely has several key goals and several or more activities to ensure your goals are achieved. In a logic model, each is stated concisely, so only the most important elements, the top-level ideas, are displayed. In a single page, then, a logic model can display the big picture of your program, putting all of these goals and ideas together.
Logic models mirror the classical approach to research that we've all taken since early in our own training. Define the goal you want to achieve, how you are going to achieve it, the short and long-term outcomes that you're expecting, and what the impact is if you do achieve it. In a later video, we'll break down the detailed elements of a logic model.
Logic models are constructed with a left to right horizontal alignment, from inputs to goals, activities, short-term outcomes, measures, and then finally, impacts or long-term outcomes. The connection should be relatively clear and not require a great deal of imagination. Here's an example of a worksheet we often use to help principal investigators develop a logic model for their program. Note that the inputs are all grouped together since all of those resources are used throughout your activities. The goals are then delineated with several example areas shown in the worksheet, followed by the activities. From those activities, the short-term and long-term outcomes each also has a box for how they might be assessed. It should be noted that assessment of some of the longer-term impacts is generally not always possible and is often not included.
Here's an example of a logic model developed by Professor Ishwar Radhakrishnan, who leads the biophysics training program at Northwestern University. Note several components. The resources clearly identify the key program strengths. There isn't a goal column, since that's included in the short-term outcomes. The activities and goals are color-coded, which in this case is used to specify the types of goals and activities. Light blue refers to research skills the trainees obtain. They develop content knowledge, a quantitative foundation, and technical and analytical skills. Green refers to oral and written communication skills trainees obtain through guidance and participation in research in progress meetings and seminars. Brown refers to developing career awareness. Finally, the far right column are the long-term impacts and aspirations of the program.
Now that you see the logic of logic models, let's discuss where you can use them. Logic models are useful tools. They guide your planning, thinking, and reflection on your program. They tell the story of what you've done and where you're going and how. First, a logic model can guide proposal development, identifying the key goals and activities and helping you create and write a clear and well-described and well-argued proposal.
Next, a logic model is key in your program evaluation. It specifies what needs to be measured and why, as well as aligning the assessments with the specific activities so improvements based on feedback are readily implemented. A logic model can be used once your program has already started to see how it's going, or well into the program to see how far you've come. Finally, a logic model is an excellent way to tell your story, to onboard new preceptors and trainees so they can make connections, or to your program officers and your external advisory board who are interested in the big picture of your success. Think of it as a representation of your program from which you can show any number of compelling details.